Hello everybody, it's Elena, and in today's video we are building this modern family house that I built out in the woods in the world of Copperdale in The Sims 4, obviously. So I built this house on a 20 by 30 lot, and I really like this lot. I think it's very cute and cozy, and it's just like very secluded, but it has a nice view of the water and the Ferris wheel in the background. I really like that. I think it's so cute, and I just really like Copperdale. That's honestly my favorite part of the high school expansion pack, just because the gameplay never really was for me, I guess. I don't know, I never really got into it, but I really like the world. It's so nice and gloomy, and so am I, honestly. So I really like this world. I think it's great, and this lot is just beautiful in my opinion. But yeah, this house only technically fits 4 Sims. However, you could easily make it fit more than that. So with the way that I furnished it, it only has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, whereas the bathrooms are both like pretty big. One of them is very big in my opinion, and the other one is like fairly big, bigger than I normally make my bathrooms, so that's nice. But yeah, then it has those 2 bedrooms, whereas one of them is for the parents, so that fits the 2 Sims, and then there's a kid's bedroom that has bunk beds, so you can fit 2 Sims in that bedroom as well. But downstairs there's an office, so if you want to have more than just those 2 bedrooms, you could easily turn that room into an additional bedroom, so you can have 3 in total. And there's also a garage in this house, and I feel like this is definitely not ideal, but if you really want to have more than 2 or 3 bedrooms, you can also turn that room into a bedroom if you're okay with your Sims living in the garage. Yeah, so with the way that I furnished it, I just made it like a laundry room slash storage room. I just put some laundry machines, and I put some bikes and like some workout equipment. I think it's not anything special, I just like wanted it to have a garagey vibes. But yeah, it's like attached to the house or built into the house, so it wouldn't be that weird to have it be a bedroom in my opinion. So if you really need to have more than just those 2/3 bedrooms, you can easily turn that one into an additional one. Yeah, anyway, so I really like this house. I think it's very cute, and I've just like been wanting to build something a little bit darker and a little bit more gloomy, because I feel like for some reason I've been noticing that I'm very like affected by the real life weather around me, and I never really thought I was this affected by it. But lately I've just noticed that over the past few months I've been making very bright and like light and I don't know, very summery builds, because the weather has been very summery and nice and bright and whatever, and it's been very warm outside. But lately the weather has been very cold and like gloomy. Like it's been very cold. I think it's been around 13 degrees, and it's August, so like that's not a lot. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but it's cold for August, okay? So I've just been feeling very gloomy because of that, I guess. I don't know. Not in the way that I've been sad, because I really do enjoy this weather, but it's just been like gloomy and dark outside, so I've been wanting to make some darker builds, and now I finally did that. I just felt compelled to do that, I suppose. So yeah, I don't know, I just really wanted to build something a little bit darker, and I really enjoy doing that, and I'm glad that I did it in today's video, is what I'm trying to say with this little tangent that I went out on, I guess. But anyway, I hope you all like it as well. It has like a very large-ish just glass room, which is where I put the living room in this house. And then I guess in the upstairs part of that room, because there's both like a glass room area sort of deal on the first floor and the second floor. And then I just like made it open on the second floor, so you can look it down into the living room and whatever. And it's very like nice and airy in my opinion. And the view is very great when you stand there in the hallway and look at the like living room and outside on the water and the Ferris wheel and everything like that. I think it's very cute and very pretty, and I really like this part of Copperdale. As I said, it's just so nice and gloomy and I love it. But I don't have like a story for the Sims that live here. I didn't really think too much about who they are and their personalities, anything like that. But I just like decorated the house in a very modern way, of course, because the house is modern, and then it's just kind of like a little bit dark on the inside, and it's just nice, I guess. I don't know, it's very just boring in that way, but I like this style. I really do. So I enjoyed furnishing the house in the style, I suppose. But the kids' bedroom is quite bright and it's very like cutesy in my opinion, and I made it like a sheep themed in a way just because I really like the sheep themed furniture and whatever that we got with the new Horse Ranch expansion pack. I think it's so cute. So one of the beds has the sheep bedspread on it, and then I put some sheep on the floor, like the sheep rugs. Yeah, I don't know, I think it's cute and it's cozy, and I was just imagining that the kids that live in this house are twins and they're about like 8 years old maybe, so I think that's cute. But obviously you can just live with whoever you want to in this house, and as I said, you can easily make more bedrooms in this home if that is what you need. I just ended up only putting 2 bedrooms, I guess. But yeah, I don't know, I don't really have much to say about the house. It's not super interesting. I just really wanted to build something that was like cozy and comfortable for me, like something that I didn't really have to challenge myself with, because as I mentioned in my last video, the horse ranches have been pretty difficult for me to make because I don't think they really go well with my style, and I don't really feel like I'm good at making horse ranches, so it's been kind of difficult for me to make stuff that I've been happy with, and I haven't really loved the things that I've made completely. So yeah, I haven't really, I don't know, enjoyed it that much, even though I really do like the new pack. I don't think I'm good at making builds for that world and in that style that I guess you're supposed to build the houses in that world. So yeah, that's not really for me, but I do like this house a lot, so I'm happy to finally like create something that I genuinely like again. So that's just what I'm trying to say, I guess. But anyway, I hope you guys are doing good, and I hope you're having a good day, taking care of yourselves, all of that fun stuff. But in today's video, I kind of want to get a bit of an update-ish on a person that I talk about quite a bit in my videos, or at least I've talked about her in quite a few of my videos in the past. But yeah, it's not like really an update in the sense that you have to have heard these stories that I've told about her in the past. It's just kind of like, I don't know, a thing I want to talk about and something I want to add on to the stories that I've told about her in a way, sort of. I don't know. But yeah, I guess you could call her a bit of a reoccurring character on the channel, because Minnie, my dog, is also someone that I talk about a lot, and I feel like she's the main character, and then there's me. I'm just like here, you know, I run the channel, whatever, and then she's like a reoccurring character, like in a TV show. Yeah, anyway. That's so stupid. But in the past, I've talked about her quite a bit because she is very, very fascinating to me, and also I really, really dislike her. Although in my other videos, I feel like I've been kind of on the fence about whether or not I like her. But throughout the past few months or something, I really have just decided that I don't like her at all. I really, really strongly dislike her. I don't want to say the word hate because that's a very, very strong word in my opinion. But I feel like I don't like her at all, okay? I really don't like the way that she treats other people, like especially her family, but also just like the people that are close to her, which includes me, honestly, because apparently I have gotten close to her even though I did not sign up for that, but you know, whatever, I guess. But just to like give you a little bit of an introduction to this woman, if you have not heard any of the stories that I've talked about or I've said about her in the past. So basically, one of my favorite little anecdotes about her, or little like stories to kind of just give you an idea of who she is, just like a story that I feel like sums her up very, very well, is that so about 2-ish years ago, her husband sadly passed away, and then a few days later she broke up with her boyfriend, and right after that she asked my dad if he could help her set up a new dating profile so she could get out there. And those 3 like pretty major life events happened all within just 1 week, and like within the same 7 days. I feel like that just sums her up perfectly, and it's a great indicator of who this woman is as a person. So she's currently like in her mid-70s, I would say like 74-ish, I think. And this man, like her husband who passed away, he was 20 years older than her, and I've talked about like those two quite a bit in another video that I did. And then she had this other boyfriend, the one that she broke up with like right when her husband died, and then now she has another boyfriend, one that she has been seeing since like probably like a few 2-ish months after those 2 things happened. So they've been together for about like a year and a half at this point, and this woman, she has been very, very sick for the past year and a half, which is really sad, and it's been like very taxing on her, obviously, like emotionally and physically as well. Like she's been very, very close to dying multiple times and whatever, like it's been very, very tough on her. And then about a year and a half ago, her granddaughter, she was no longer like able to help her out because she used to clean for her and just like help her with with some like different things around the house and whatever, but she couldn't really do that anymore because she had like a different thing that she needed to do. So she decided to ask my parents, like the old woman, she decided to ask my parents if I could start like cleaning for her. And then I was like, yeah, okay, sure, I can do that, just like for a few months, because you need like some help right now, you're super sick, like I can help you out, that's okay. Because I thought, this is great, like I get to help this old woman who really needs other people's support, and it's just gonna be for like a few months. I talked about it with my parents, and we just like decided that it would be fine because I could just easily quit and it would be fine and I wouldn't have to like feel bad about it. And now, like a year and a half after, I've tried to quit like at least 5 different times, and every single time that I've tried to do that, she has just like emotionally manipulated me into like staying, and just like, ugh, it's really annoying. I've tried to quit so many times, but I just cannot do that, and she keeps asking for more from me, and I just it's just really annoying. And I feel like I'm so emotionally involved with her, which is annoying because like she's technically my boss, and I don't feel like it's appropriate for me to be so emotionally involved. And also it's just not what I wanted at all. Like, I'm here to support her, I'm here to just like help her out. That was what I was like gonna do, and I thought that I was just gonna be helping her out for a few months, and then I would be able to quit with no repercussions or anything like that. But now it's been a year and a half, and I've tried to like quit and tried to like set boundaries so many times, and it has just not worked at all. And I talked a bit about this in my last video that I talked about her in, where I was just like talking about how I didn't feel like she was very good to me, and I felt very uncomfortable when I was working at her house, primarily due to her new boyfriend, because he's just kind of like a creep, and I feel like he's very uncomfortable to be around, and I don't like him. And also, for context, this woman is my neighbor, and that's why she like asked my parents if I could work for her, because I live right next door, and she has been like a sort of close-ish family friend ever since we moved into the house that we live in now. My parents have always been very supportive of her and also her husband before he passed away, because he was also like very ill, and she was not there for him. Like, she didn't really help him at all, even though he was like very ill. And the reason why in the past I felt so conflicted on whether or not I liked her is because I felt kind of bad for her. Like, she has lived kind of like a weird life. I talked about that in one of my other videos. I'm not going to go into that, but I just kind of like felt bad for her, and I kind of understood why she made some of the decisions that she made that kind of were really bad for the people around her. And I think a great example of that is how she just like basically ditched her husband when he was really sick and was not feeling good anymore and couldn't really like be a partner for her. Like, she just ditched him, and she went out and got new boyfriends and started to live her life, because she did start dating him, or they got married or something really young, like when she was really young. At least like he was around 40, he's 20 years older than her, remember, and they got together when she was around 19 or 20. So I feel like one thing that I talked about in one of those other videos is how like predatory of a relationship this was, and how like much this guy, he took away her like youth from her, and she didn't really get to live out her youth. So when he started to get really old, she was only in her 60s, and she still had a lot of energy, and she was still physically able to just go out and live her life. So she did exactly that, and that's not really like a good decision to make. Like, that's not nice at all. Like, you can't just ditch your husband when he gets sick. That's objectively a very mean thing to do. But when you kind of like look back at how he sort of took away her youth, I kind of understand why she did that, because she just wanted to like live her life that he sort of took away from her in a way. Like, I understand it, even though it's a very mean and bad decision to make, in my opinion. But yeah, anyway, I understand why she did that. However, over the past year, or at least like the past few months, I've kind of like seen how she just basically treats everyone really poorly, no matter what, and I don't really understand the decisions that she makes and why she treats them that way, because the situation with her husband is super complicated, and probably a lot more complicated than I even know, because I'm just like an outsider looking in, of course. But she absolutely loves to talk shit about like her family and her boyfriend, her friends, and just everyone who is in her life. Like, no one is safe. You will be talked trash about behind your back or somewhere else, like on the internet, because like she is your typical like Facebook grandma who does not really seem to fully understand that what you post on the internet is going to be there forever, and it's going to be there for everyone to see. So you cannot just like be talking about your family and friends in a mean way, because everyone will be able to see what's going on, and that's like really embarrassing for you, and it's not fair to them and whatnot. So like a few weeks ago, she seemed to have like some beef with her son. And she had her son when she was about 19, so he's like 55 years old now, and he's been supporting her and her husband like so much over the past many years, and he's just like been there for them through thick and thin and done so much. And also over the past year and a half when she's been really sick, he's been there to help her throughout the entire thing. But then like a few weeks ago, she seemed to not really think that he helped her out enough, because like he's been helping them out with a lot of practical stuff, and what she did not really think he did enough was just like come over to drink a glass of wine and drink some coffee with her. That's what she was wanting from him. So she decided that she would post on Facebook how much she just like wishes that the people in her life would support her more and like come over with that glass of wine that she really wanted and whatnot. And she really like said that the people close to her were super bad and awful and whatnot and did not support her enough. And that's just not okay, because that's so incorrect. Like, of course she's entitled to have her own feelings and whatnot, but you cannot be like subtweeting people in that way. Obviously it's not subtweeting when it's on Facebook, but you cannot be like trash talking your loved ones on the internet, because everyone can see it, everyone knows who it's about, everyone knows that there's like drama going on in your life, and that is so not fair towards the other people. Like, that is not fair at all. They did not sign up for that, they did not accept that or anything like that. And then she like posted this really long thing on Facebook, just like saying how she wished that her loved ones would support her more and whatever, and just like, you know, come over with a glass of wine. And it was just like a lot of like personal details and whatnot. And then like her son in the comment section just like said, "Mom, this is very clearly directed towards me, please just do better," something like that. That's what he said to her. And it's just like so sad that he felt the need to like comment on that, because his mom had been like trash talking her online, or trash talking him online. Like, that's not fair at all. You cannot do that to the people that support you. You cannot treat your people that way. That's not okay. And she just like talks so much trash about the people in her life. Like, when I come over, when I'm there, like literally without fail, every single time she is gossiping and trash talking the people in her life. And also when my dad is in there, like just to like, you know, talk to her and help her out with some stuff, because he has also like supported her a lot throughout the past, you know, few years, because she's just like been needing some help. So he has been doing that because he's a good neighbor, I guess. I don't know. I don't really know why she does this, because we never like talk to her about the beef and whatever, like the problems that we have in our lives. But whenever we are at her house, she talks about like all of her problems and just like goes into detail on them, as if it's like something that we, you know, deeply care about and are so super invested in. And like, girl, you cannot be like trash talking your people in front of just like your neighbors and whatnot. Like, that's not okay. You can't do that. So she was talking to my dad about like how she was so unhappy with the way that her son had been like not really supporting her as much lately, you know, because like apparently he had stopped doing some things because he was, or she was treating him really badly. So he had stopped coming over as much as he normally did, because, you know, he was rightfully kind of upset with her. And I totally get why he was upset with her. But yeah, she was like really upset about that. So she was talking to my dad about it, and she was talking about it on Facebook. And it's just like so pathetic to like be a very old lady like her and to air out your dirty laundry on the internet and in front of like other people. That's pathetic. That's so not okay. And she also talks trash about her grandchildren and her boyfriend. So another thing, like this guy, her boyfriend, I don't like him. Like, I do not like him one bit. I think he's a creep. I think he's gross. I think he's so weird. Like, I've talked about him in the last video that I talked about her in. I talked about him quite a bit. And I think he's like not a good person. I don't like him at all. But he has been supporting her a lot and helping her with literally everything. Like, he's been helping her financially and just like supported her emotionally and helped her with like grocery shopping and whatever else. Like, he has been there for her through literally like all of these tough times. And he's just been like a good boyfriend, I suppose. I don't know. I don't like him, but I guess he's been really good to her. So that's great, right? But because she's been having some financial struggles, the two of them in the beginning of the year, in like January or February, they decided that he was gonna move into her house, even though he had like his own house. So he decided to put that house up for rent. So somebody else moved into his house and he moved into her house to help her out financially and whatnot, right? And then they did that and they lived together for about 2 weeks. And then this woman kicked him out. Which, I mean, I understand why she would do that because he's not really like a good person. I don't imagine that it would be very fun to live with him, but like he had put a lot on the line to like help her and live with her and whatever, because like somebody else was living in his house now, and then she decided to kick him out, and he just had to like go back to his own house and kick those other people that were renting his house out of it. I don't really know how he dealt with that, but he got kicked out of her house and he no longer like formally lived with her, but he has been like spending a lot of time at her house over the like past many months since February. Like they've been spending basically every single moment together, but he just didn't live there formally. But of course her financial struggles didn't just magically go away, and then in July it kind of seemed like the two of them had just like completely forgotten about the fiasco that was in the beginning of the year when he moved into her house, and they decided that he would move into her house again and live there now and pay bills and whatever else and help her financially with that. And so they did that in July, and then now like 2-ish weeks later again he or she kicked him out once again. It was basically like the exact same thing that happened. So yesterday like around noon I was just like in the office in my house and I was working on my school stuff, and then I heard some yelling from inside her house and I got pretty concerned because I didn't really know what that was about. And then I looked out the window and I saw some like a help car, because she gets some government help for like her issues because she needs help to like shower and whatnot. So I saw a car from the government to like help her outside in front of the house. So I just like figured that since somebody else was in the house, it was probably not like a big deal and it wasn't like really something that I had to worry about. But then like later she texted my parents and told them that she had kicked him out because he is, for one, gross, and he is a pig, and he's annoying and disrespectful and controlling. So once again, she's just like trash talking her loved ones. So she decided that he does not get to live with her anymore, but he's still gonna like be her boyfriend, and they're just like gonna be in a relationship, but not while they live together and whatnot. So yeah, once again, she's just like kicking people out and not really thinking about the consequences of her actions that are gonna like face the other people that she involves in like her shit, right? So yeah, I don't know. I feel like she's just like super impulsive person, and it's really bad, and it just like it gives other people some real like bad stuff to deal with, and it's just not okay. And I feel very bad for like the people that are super close to her, and also I feel kind of bad for me because I feel like I'm just like getting complete whiplash from like how much she changes everything, because like literally everything changes in her life from one day to another, and she just changes literally everything and does so many harmful and impulsive things all the time, and her loved ones and like her support system just like has to sit there and accept it. And I feel like I'm kind of in that lump, which I did not choose to be, but I just am one of those people that are super like emotionally invested, and she has like dragged into her mess, and I don't like it at all because I did not sign up for this. And I'm telling you, like I could literally go on about this woman for hours and I would not be done telling you about all of the like horrible things that she has done in her life. I feel like I didn't even scratch the surface in this video, but yeah, I feel very bad for everyone involved and even herself, because all that she does is I don't know, it just like seems like a cry for help. All of these like really impulsive and really bad things that she does, it just seems like she's such a lost individual, and she just is struggling really badly, and I feel so bad about that. But you know, you're not allowed to just drag everyone else down with you when you're not doing good. That's not allowed, that's not okay. And I feel really bad for that person yesterday, like the government person who had been hired to go help her, because that person just like had to witness those old people screaming at each other. Like that must have been such a horrible thing to witness. I am so glad I was not there. Anyway though, I desperately need to just end this video now. I've been ranting for way too long about her, but you know what, that's just like what I needed today. So thank you for listening to that, and thank you also so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please do give it a little thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you aren't subscribed already and you enjoy my content. I would really appreciate it, but you know, you don't have to. But yeah, besides all of that, I hope you're having an amazing day, and then I cannot wait to see you all in my next video that I will be posting in just a few days. So bye everybody!